Listen, I would never judge you for buying peeled and deveined shrimp from the grocery store, but my problem is that it's sold right next to the Easy Peel, where the shrimp preparation is mostly already done and cheaper. So, as you're effectively earning $50 an hour peeling a pound of shrimp for 10 minutes, the question then becomes, what should be done with these shells? And I'm here to insist that throw them away is an extremely small PP answer. Although you wouldn't want to munch on one of these like Fritos, they're super concentrated in luxurious shellfish flavor. The simplest alternative to throwing your shells into a trash bin is to instead throw them into a stock pot. Hit the shells with a teaspoon of oil and a heavy pinch of salt, and then set the heat to medium-high. If you have any other food items on their way into the waste stream, this might be a good time to add them to the pot. Popular contenders include parsley stems, leftover onion pieces, smashed garlic clove, pieces of flaccid celery or carrots, the peel left over from citrus that you just ate, bay leaves from the last American presidency. You can make a shrimp stock out of nothing but shells or plop in as many aromatics as you please while remaining confident that these potent little shrimp shells will remain the primary flavor. In just a few minutes, the shells will start to sizzle and you can stir them occasionally until each one is bright pink and fully toasted. Carefully pour in a quart of water and crank the heat to high. After the water starts to boil, you can lower the heat to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Congratulations on making a decadent shrimp stock out of trash. Make sure to taste for saltiness, adjust accordingly, and strain all of the solids out. They've given up their ghosts and can finally rest in a compost bin or a landfill. A container of strained stock can last a few weeks in the fridge or a few months in the freezer. Speaking of freezers, you may find all of this to be too laborious if you're a bi-weekly shrimp peeler. Instead of going straight to the pot, you may wish to freeze your shells a pound at a time until you have enough to make a big batch. So, what does one do with a big batch of shrimp stock anyway? Use it as the base for a soup. Use stock instead of water for cooking grains like rice or quinoa or polenta. Imagine shrimp served over grits that were cooked in shrimp stock. I'll cook a pot of black beans in shrimp stock instead of water, and the subsequent burritos that employ them are always certified slappers. Instead of chicken stock, make risotto or paella using homemade shrimp stock. If you already know how to make a basic pan sauce every time you cook chicken or beef, next time try it with shrimp. Cook pasta in half water, half stock, and use the shrimpy noodles to make a lobster mac and cheese taste like it contains twice as much shellfish. So, next time you squeeze the chitinous exoskeletons off of the marine equivalent of a sack of roaches, throw them into a pot, boil them into a tea, and hot dog, you've got quite the delicacy. Cooking is such a noble art form.